Hello again, YugiTubers. Here again with another video for you guys. We're going to be taking the cards that we got from the new Egyptian God structure decks that we just unboxed in the last video, and we're going to modify the decks from a previous video where I showed off the Egyptian God decks that I have already made. So let's go ahead and why don't we start with the Slifer deck, only because that one I haven't 100% decided which cards I'm taking out yet. But the Obelisk deck I have, so that one's going to be a little bit faster to go through. So, for the cards I'm deciding I want to put in here, obviously I'm going with Soul Crossing and Thunder Force Attack, Harpy's Feather Duster, Card Advance, and the True Name. Monster Reborn, because I didn't have a copy of that in there. I'm going to try to see if I can find room for it. I think I need a Pot of Avarice in there. Supply Squad for more drawing. Mirror Force, because I didn't have one in there. And Reckless Greed, again, couldn't find a copy, so it'd be good to have a copy to throw in there. And then for monsters, I was going to try to put in the Phantom Sky Blaster for token generation, so that you don't need to bring too many monsters out of your hand to bring your Slifer out. So let's see. For the Slifer deck, what can I get rid of? For the Phantom Sky Blaster, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of Blackwing, Harmattan the Dust. I think as far as all my Blackwing monsters go, pretty much all of my Nephthys monsters are necessary, but there's a few of those Blackwing monsters that could go, and this is probably the one that is the least necessary. We'll go ahead and get rid of Harmattan the Dust, and we'll put in Phantom Sky Blaster. That'll be good for getting tokens. Now for the spells, let's go ahead and take out Smashing Ground for Thunder Force Attack. I think Thunder Force Attack is obviously a much better payoff than Smashing Ground. Although you need Slifer on your field to use it, it's still overall a better card. And what else? Let's take out the Brain Control. That is the wrong text anyway. It's the old version. We'll put in Soul Crossing instead. Soul Crossing, a much better option than Brain Control. Basically, I think I forgot to explain this card in the unboxing video. If you haven't already seen it, it's essentially like a soul exchange, but for Divine Beast monsters. You can contribute 3 cards on your opponent's side of the field, 3 monsters on your opponent's side of the field, to get your Egyptian God. I'm going to take out Ties of the Brethren and Double Summon, and replace those with Card Advance and the True Name. That combo there. I'm not sure if I want to try to see if I can get another copy of the True Name for the Obelisk deck, and maybe even one for the Raw deck, but that would mean I would have to get Card Advance for the Raw deck as well. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think. We'll get to the Obelisk deck in a second, but for the Raw deck as well, debating whether or not I should get the True Name for those other decks. Right now, I've only got the True Name in the Slifer deck. Got a couple more cards here. Spell cards, I should say. Need to find room for Harpy's Feather Duster now. Let's see. Ooh, this is going to be tough. Maybe Dark Hole. Yeah, because I already have Regeki. And yeah, Dark Hole is good for the Nephthys monsters, and that is a thing. But you already have Last Hope of Nephthys in there for destroying your own Nephthys monster. So that should be good enough, I think. We'll go ahead and replace Dark Hole with that Harpy's Feather Duster. Gotta have that. Now, as far as I know, I think I was missing a Monster Reborn in this one, but let's make sure. Yes. I was missing a Monster Reborn in this one. Might not be able to put in all the spells that I want. That's okay, I can side deck some of them. So I already had a Pot of Avarice, I don't need Pot of Avarice. Well, my body as a shield, maybe I could take out my body as a shield for Monster Reborn. My body as a shield could really be more of a side deck card. Oh, wait, I forgot. I was going to take out... I just remembered. I was going to take out Gold Sarcophagus for either Card Advance or the True Name, because I was going to put Gold Sarcophagus in my raw deck. Okay. That helps. At least for putting in Monster Reborn. Good. Alright, now as I said, I already had Pot of Avarice. I don't think a second one is necessary. A little too conditional. And I can't seem to find room for Supply Squad right now. We'll see about what I can do with that later on, but right now can't really find room for it. Now for the traps, we got Mirror Force. I already had a card ready for that. Or I should say a space in my traps, waiting for that. Get that Mirror Force in there. That'll be good. Now, if I had to get rid of one more... I guess Black Thunder isn't as good as the other Black Wing traps I have. So Black Thunder isn't necessarily as good as Reckless Greed. I need that Reckless Greed for if I have Slifer on the field and he doesn't have enough attack. There we go. Reckless Greed. So that, I do believe, will round out the Slifer deck. Let's go ahead and move on to the Obelisk deck now. And as I said before, the Obelisk deck I had kind of already planned out which cards I wanted to leave in, which cards I wanted to take out. So this one should go by a little bit quicker. The cards I'm going to be putting in the Obelisk deck, the ones I mined out of the Structure deck, I should say, we're doing Mare, Unmasked Dragon, Hardened Armed Dragon, and then I'm going to see if I can try to find room for Scapegoat. This one came out of the Slifer deck, but I want to put it in Obelisk because generating tokens for Obelisk's effect. Good, great stuff. And then of course we got the Soul Crossing, the Fist of Fate, the Divine Evolution, and Harpy's Feather Duster, a Pot of Avarice, because I didn't have one in there, and Level Resist Wall. So let's get to it. For the monsters, should already have most of the monsters already ready to go. Mare, Unmasked Dragon, and Hardened Armed Dragon, those three. I already had spaces set aside for. Okay. So we got that mare, unmasked dragon, and the hardened armed dragon. Now let's see if I can find room for the scapegoat. It would be getting rid of one of my tuners, but that's okay because I just added a new tuner with the mare. So, you know what? I think we can get rid of Sinister Sprocket. Sinister Sprocket can go. And Scapegoat can replace Sinister Sprocket. There we go, that's nice. I'm going to like using that to have all kinds of tribute fodder for Obelisk's effect. That's great stuff. Now let's get to the spells. I do believe I already had pretty much everything already set aside for these two. Right here, slot for my Harpy's Feather Duster. Got that Harpy's Feather Duster in there now. And Pot of Avarice as well. Putting some more draw power in these decks because they are a little bit big. They're not 60 cards. They're basically 60 cards. They're 55 cards. I like to run not necessarily 40 card decks. It's just the way I like to run things. I find it hard sometimes to limit myself to deck size, getting it down to 40 or less than 50. So I just try to have as much card draw and useful cards, you know, nothing that's going to be dead in my hand too much. It's a god deck, so of course, unfortunately, every once in a while, your god might end up a brick in your hand. That is one of the downsides of playing god decks. That's the reason why I only run one of the respective gods in each deck, except for the raw deck, in which case I have the Sphere mode, the Phoenix mode, and then Ra himself. But other than that, for the other decks, I only have one Obelisk in the Obelisk deck and one Slifer in the Slifer deck, and that's mostly because I also have other strategies in the decks, right? So everything's not 100% based around only bringing out the god. You can play the deck in other ways too. So for the last three spells, I've got the God Support, Soul Crossing, Fist of Fate, and Divine Evolution. And I had 3 slots set aside for those already. Perfect. Nice, love that trio of the new Obelisk support. I do want to get more copies of Divine Evolution for sure. At least probably one for each god deck. And then I do also actually, funny enough, have a Wicked Gods deck, which I might show off in a future video. And I think I might want to get at least one copy to put in that deck. Just one, I think. Because you don't really need 3. I believe the ruling on Divine Evolution is, especially for the Wicked Avatar, because his attack has to be 100 more than whatever the highest attack position monster is on the field. So gaining 1,000 attack does nothing to the Wicked Avatar. But the other effect works. So, I mean, Divine Evolution is kind of a half waste on the Wicked Avatar. But I do believe for every other card, I'll have to double check the Wicked Eraser, but I'm pretty sure for every other God card and Wicked God card, Divine Evolution, you'll be able to increase its attack by 1,000 and get that secondary effect where when your opponent has to send a monster they control to the graveyard whenever you attack. Alright, so then finally we have the level resist wall. And for this one, I think I'm going to take out Dark Light, because I already have plenty of Destroyer traps already, and Dark Light is kind of just another, just adding more to the fire, and don't really think I need it. So I'll put in Level Resist Wall instead. That'll be good. Okay, so that finishes out the Obelisk and Slifer decks now with the new cards. Let's run through them real quick. Let me just go ahead and get them the way I want them. Got, okay. There's the person and the evolution there. And the monsters. Alright. Okay. So, for the deck lineup, we're just going to do the deck lineup this time. You already got to see the extra deck in the last video, and if you didn't, make sure to check my video uploads. Go to the video that shows all 3 of my Egyptian God deck profiles. It shows the raw deck as well as the Slifer deck that I'm going to be showing too. So here we go. We got Obelisk, Archfiend's Awakening, 2 Summon Skulls, Red Eyes Archfiend of Lightning, Mist Archfiend, Red Eyes Black Dragon, Red Eyes Black Flare Dragon, Mare now, 2 Doom Caliber Knights, Archfiend Cavalry, Double Costin, Stygian Street Patrol, 2 Dark Resonators, got my Red Resonator, and decided to leave Dark Tinker in and take the Force Resonator out. So 3 Resonator monsters, and then Dark Tinker, and then 3 Stygian Securities, 3 Skull Knight number 2, Hardened Arm Dragon, Unmasked Dragon, the Dark Hex Sealed Fusion, and Scapegoat. And then for the spells, we have Fist of Fate, Soul Crossing, Divine Evolution, Archfiend Palabyrinth, Makiyu the Magical Mist, Contract with the Abyss, Raigeki, Harpy's Feather Duster, Mystical Space Typhoon, Monster Reborn, Gold Sarcophagus, Allure of Darkness, Pot of Avarice, Resonator Engine, Card Advance, Polymerization, Fusion Recovery, Inferno Reckless Summoning. Then we have Sinister Yorishiro, 2 of them, 2 Hate Busters, Mirror Force, Call of the Haunted, 2 Dark Bribes, and Level Resist Wall. Last but not least, that's the Obelisk deck. Then for the Slifer deck, just taking a quick second here to put it all together as well. Okay, so for the Slifer deck, of course we have Slifer the Sky Dragon, Cerulean Sacred Phoenix of Nephthys, Conductor of Nephthys, Devotee of Nephthys, Sacred Phoenix of Nephthys, Dark Nephthys, Dark Samorg, Blackwing Kogarashi the Wanderer, Blackwing Elfin the Raven, Blackwing Sirocco the Dawn, Blackwing Shura the Blue Flame, 2 of them, 2 Blackwing Bora the Spears. I believe I might have skipped one. There we go. 2 Blackwing Bora the Spears. Zephyros the Elite. Decay the Ill Wind. Blackwing Decay the Ill Wind. Blackwing Kochi the Daybreak. Blackwing Gale the Whirlwind. 2 Blackwing Blizzard the Far North. Blackwing Gust the Backblast. And Blackwing Ghibli the Searing Wind. And then we have the Nephthys monsters. We have the Disciple of Nephthys, the Matriarch of Nephthys, the Defender of Nephthys, Chronicler of Nephthys, and the Hand of Nephthys. And then finally, Phantom Sky Blaster. Then we get to the spells. We have Thunder Force Attack, Soul Crossing, 3 Rebirth of Nephthys, 2 Last Hope of Nephthys, Card Advance and the True Name, Black Whirlwind, Cards for Black Feathers, Pot of Avarice, Raigeki, Harpy's Feather Duster, Monster Reborn, Swords of Revealing Light, My Body as a Shield. Then we've got 2 Awakening of Nephthys trap cards, Blackwing Backlash, Delta Crow Anti-Reverse, Icarus Attack, Mirror Force, Torrential Tribute, Dust Tornado, Call of the Haunted, and Reckless Greed. So, without further ado, that concludes the Obelisk and Slifer retooling the decks and showing both of the decks after retooling them. Hope you enjoyed getting to see all that. Again, leave some comments on what you think about some of the cards that I could have put in for Slifer, the Supply Squad, if there's anything I could have done differently with that. And then any tips on True Name, whether that would be, worth putting in the raw deck or not. How this whole card advance and the True Name combo works out, I guess we'll see in playtests. Maybe that'll be a fun video to do in the future too. Maybe we'll show off some playing these 2 decks against each other or something. Alright. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. Believe in the heart of the cards. Bye.